Back when I was working at an Italian restaurant, there was this foreigner who would often come to eat dinner here. I guess she had a different diet than that of Japanese. She was pretty chubby, but she looked like she didn't like being chubby though, so I helped her improve her diet, and she started losing weight dramatically. She also became more bold of having skinship, and she was a super chubby foreign girl, and I was a chef at an Italian restaurant. I helped her improve her diet, and she became like a model and started approaching me, and around 5 years ago, I was working part-time at an Italian restaurant. I always dreamed of starting my own business one day, so in the future, I was trying to come up with new menus every day. And because my life was basically just go to work, go home, and repeat, I had no way of getting a girlfriend or anything like that. But when the night got cold, I would think to myself how happy I would be if I had one. And one day, around when I was 25, this chubby foreigner customer started coming to our restaurant, and I started seeing her often.
Hello.
Welcome, ma'am. Please take a seat at the counter.
Thanks so much.
It was a bit broken, but it sounded like she could speak Japanese. I went to go and take her order, and she ordered food worth of 3 people, and I was surprised. I was gonna suggest to her to use the takeout box for any meals she couldn't finish, but she ended up eating all of them within a matter of minutes, and even ordered a dessert to finish off. But as I kept on watching her every time she came, I noticed something. It was that she looked like she was envying every other female customer in the restaurant.
She's Japanese girls. They're so slim and cute.
I mean, you have cute eyes, beautiful smile with white teeth, and amazing potential, so I'm sure she'll glow up incredibly if she just loses some weight. As I was thinking about that, I saw her sighing at the empty plate in front of her.
Gosh, I ate too much again.
I heard her say to herself with regret. I knew this was none of my business, but I decided to go up to her. I'm sorry if this offends you in any way, but are you trying to lose weight at all?
Oh, yes, but I really like eating food and...
If that's the case, if you wouldn't mind, I can serve you meals that I would recommend for weight loss when you come here.
What?
I'll serve you slightly less every time so you can still be satisfied with the food, and I'll make it even low calories so you can really expect weight loss with it.
Then I can lose weight?
It might take some time, but I'm sure that I can help you with it.
Thank you so much. I'd like to try.
And from then on, she showed up every night. And every time she ordered the meal I recommended, I told her to eat slowly to prevent her from eating too much. The owner was supportive and helping me help the foreign customer because her coming here every day did help the restaurant. I don't know what to call you, so may I ask your name, ma'am?
My name is Maria. I'm visiting Japan from Italy.
Whoa, you're from Italy, huh? I'm sorry for boasting about Italian food. I didn't realize that you were Italian.
Boasting?
It's like me talking like I know everything about it, you know?
I don't mind at all. Ichi-san, right? I was impressed about how much you know.
Wait, did I tell you my name?
I heard the owner call your name before, so...
Oh yeah, you're right. And so I gradually started talking about the stuff other than food with Maria. And apparently Maria was visiting Japan and going through a long-term training as a Japanese liquor manufacturer. I guess the stress from working at a foreign company was one of the reasons why she was eating too much. And just about when she got used to eating slowly, we started to see some results on her body. And after a month, it was more visible that she lost some weight, and her figure was becoming sharper. Eating slowly helped her, and she became a lot better at controlling her appetite and even started doing stretches at home, too. She had a beautiful face to begin with, so like I expected, she turned out to be a really beautiful girl. The change in the look on the other customers' faces when seeing her really explains it.
Ichi, thank you so much. I feel much lighter now.
She said that as she suddenly hugged me. I was really surprised by the boldness and how open Italians are when it comes to having skinship.
Hey, Ichi, let's go on a date.
What? A date?
Yeah, I want to thank you for helping me.
I'll follow you wherever you want to go. I would usually use my day off to come up with menu ideas for my future restaurant, but seeing her staring at me with such innocent eyes, I couldn't reject her offer. Then there's a place that I always wanted to go to. So, do you want to go together? I feel nervous going in there alone.
Of course, I can't wait.
And on the next day off, I met up with Maria after she finished up her work. The restaurant we went to was a very popular restaurant that used organic vegetables for all their dishes, so we decided to order a vegetable dish.
Ever since you taught me, I've started eating more vegetables, you know. Oh my gosh, this is so good.
Really? I'm glad you like it.
I wish I could make this at home.
Do you cook at home, Maria?
I do, but only simple ones because my kitchen is really small.
Then I'll teach you a recipe that only needs 1 gas cooktop.
Really? Thank you so much. Let's make it together sometime then.
What? No, I can't just go to a girl's house like that.
But I want to cook it perfectly. I need you to cook it with me.
She looked up at me and began to beg me. I don't think any man can resist his urges after looking at this. It's impossible. Alright then, let's try cooking it together on our next day off.
Yay, I'm so happy. Thank you, Ichi.
She hugged me again like last time and even kissed me on my cheek, and I was scared of myself for starting to get used to the skinship with her. So the next weekend I nervously went and visited her house. The dish we were cooking today is called caponata. It's a dish that originates from the Sicily in Italy. Usually we fry up the vegetables, but this time we decided to sizzle and stew it. I'm gonna replicate the sourness and sweetness of this dish with balsamic vinegar and dried tomatoes. But as soon as we started cooking...
Ouch.
What happened, Maria?
It's alright, I just cut my finger.
Oh my gosh, let me see it. It wasn't a deep cut, but her finger was bleeding, so I treated her wound with disinfectant and wrapped up a band-aid around it.
Thank you, Ichi.
I'll do the rest of the cooking, so just watch closely, alright?
Okay, I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. I'll have you cook it by yourself next time, okay?
Alright, I'll try my best.
Maria tried her best with everything she did. I guess she's doing her best at work, too. I mean, wait, what the heck am I thinking?
Your caponata, it looks a bit different than my mom's.
Yeah, I arranged a little bit by using less sourness and adding more sweetness to it.
Whoa, Ichi, you can do that? I can't wait to eat it.
We served it on our plates, sat down at a table, and started to eat. Do you like it, Maria?
Yeah, it's really good. Thank you, Ichi. I think I can make this myself too.
Be careful not to cut your finger, though.
I'll be careful.
She said as she smiled and took a big bite. Maybe her metabolism has gotten better from eating a lot of vegetables, too. She seemed to be becoming even more slim recently, too. Dang, I can't even remember how she looked when she was chubby.
Hey, Ichi.
What, Maria?
Do you think I'm a desirable woman now?
Gosh, she's way too cute right now. She came closer to me and we locked eyes, and I couldn't help but look away from her sexy and glamorous body. For a second I thought to myself that maybe she liked me, but then I realized where she came from they do hugs and kisses just as a greeting, and I've been hugged and kissed in front of a lot of others before, so she's just showing appreciation for helping her weight loss and teaching her to cook and stuff. Don't get it twisted. Because I was thinking about all this nonsense, I mistook it and hit a plate on the table, and I had tomato soup splash on Maria's clothes. I'm really sorry, Maria.
It's fine. I'll just put it in the washing machine.
And she just started undressing, so I... Hold on, Maria, get changed in the bathroom, not here.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I couldn't have been able to control my urges if she had become naked right there. I noticed the tomato sauce was on the carpet too, so I was just wiping it down when I heard Maria's voice coming from the bathroom.
Ichi, I forgot to bring the change of clothes. Can you bring it here, please?
I went inside and saw Maria sticking out her face from the bathroom, completely naked. Maria, hold on a second, I'll bring it to you right now, okay? Wait, where are your clothes?
It's in the drawer of my closet.
Okay, got it. Hold on just a moment. It was really eventful of a day for me, and since then I started visiting her in my free time to teach her how to cook and get dinner together and whatnot. As we spent more time together, I noticed the attitude Maria had toward me be a bit different than the other staff of the restaurant. And it wasn't just her. I started to get nervous whenever I was seeing her talk to other guys at the restaurant. Am I in love with Maria or something? Maria kept on coming to the restaurant every day, and day by day she was becoming even more beautiful. She became friends with the regular customers as well, and even ate together with them at the same table. Maria's drinking a lot. Is she alright? I was watching Maria from my kitchen, but someone sat in front of me and blocked my vision. It was Kana, one of our regular customers. And that day, Kana seemed to have a lot to drink, and she decided to keep on talking to me every single chance she got. So I decided to just go and sit next to her on the counters. Kana, you had one too many drinks tonight, didn't you? Here, drink this glass of water, okay? I handed her a glass of water when suddenly Kana threw her hands all over me and started crying and even,
I love you! You're so dense!
She screamed at the top of her lungs at me. Everyone in the restaurant turned their hands and looked at us. It's a misunderstanding. I didn't do anything. I heard whispers around the restaurant saying, I knew they were in a relationship, and remember that one time? And a bunch of fake allegations against me and her. You're all misunderstanding. Kana, on the other hand, was already asleep on the counter when I turned to her, so there was no way of me proving my innocence. Oh man, how am I supposed to convince them? The next thing I noticed, Maria was standing right next to me.
Ichi, do you like that person?
It's not like that. Ken is just a regular customer, and I even,
I knew it. Japanese guys only like Japanese girls, huh?
Maria,
You can't be happy with me?
you got it all misunderstood. Maria left the restaurant looking very sad. The next day, Maria didn't show up to the restaurant. I did have her number, so I gave her a text message, but she left me on read. About 3 days had passed when Maria actually showed up at the restaurant. She looked fine, but a little slimmer than I last saw her, and I noticed that she was with an older woman, in her 50s at least. Who could that be? She kinda looks like Maria, so she could be her mother. I led them to a table seat and went to get their orders.
This is my mother right here. Can we have your recommendation as always?
She said in a very unenthusiastic way, so I was worried, but I decided to just keep on focusing on my work. I heard them talking in Italian at their table, so I didn't have any clue what they were talking about. I placed their orders on the table and saw Maria eat even slower than usual, as if she was really trying to get the taste. After a while, Maria's mother came walking over to the counter seats, and she started talking to me and the owner in perfect Japanese.
Thank you for everything you've done to my daughter. I was surprised to see her in such a healthy condition. Thank you so much.
Sounds like a farewell speech, I thought to myself.
There's been a little change in schedule. My daughter will be going back to Italy next week. I came here today because I wanted to say thank you to you guys myself.
What? Going back? Why is that?
Ichi, I'm going to have an arranged marriage.
An arranged marriage?
Yes, with an important person related to my job.
No way. Maria was the daughter of a president who owned a huge wine manufacturing company in Italy, and I couldn't say or do anything to change the fate of her going back to Italy and marrying some guy there.
Ichi, thank you for teaching me everything. Take care. And good luck with Kina-san, too.
She hugged and kissed me for the last time and started walking away. Hold on! Can you just eat my dish one last time before you go back? With your mother, too.
Ichi?
Next weekend, here, at this restaurant. Can I please do it, boss? The owner nodded with a smile.
Alright, I promise.
And on the next day off, I prepared my ingredients and waited for the two to come. I didn't know Maria came from such a rich family until her mother told me, and upon knowing that, I felt like I was nothing being with her. But then I still have to tell her how much I love her. I decided to tell that to her first and then see what life has to offer me. And because this could be the final meal I served her, I did my absolute best to cook it. And the day came, and Maria and her mother showed up on time at the restaurant. I cooked a mainly vegetable meal, but I added some low-calorie meat, which Maria loved to eat. I served it, and both Maria and her mother seemed to enjoy it. She smiled at me when they finished the dish. And now for dessert. I put a panna cotta on a plate and wrote a message with sauce and served it to her. I wrote, "I'll never forget you" in Italian. This really reflects how I feel towards her. And when she saw the message, she stood up and hugged me. Maria, I'm sorry for not telling you this earlier. I love you, Maria.
But what about her?
Are you talking about Kana? She's just the owner's lover.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the owner's been really busy recently and she didn't have time to go and see her. So apparently she's trying to make him feel jealous by flirting with me.
Oh, really? Then...
I only love you, Maria. After that, Maria looked like she was gonna convince her mom in Italian, and I found out later that she was saying something like, if I'm never gonna see him, then I'm not going back to Italy or something like that.
Ichi, I want to stay with you forever. I love you.
And that's when her mother finally opened her mouth, and...
I've heard everything from Maria. That she doesn't want to leave you, Ichi-san. There's not much I can do. She's really stubborn, so...
Maria...
I really enjoyed the meal you served us today, and I think you have a great potential as a cook. But I also feel like you still have a lot to learn both in knowledge and skills.
Oh, I'm really glad that you like the meal, but...
You're still undergoing training, right? How about you come to Italy and become a cook there?
What? Are you serious?
Don't worry about the expenses. I can find you a place to stay where you can work as a chef.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, said my owner as he tapped on my shoulder. I couldn't express how helpful he's been to me. He decided to help me today even though it was his day off. I'd definitely love to try. Thank you so much. I promise to become a chef and build my own restaurant in the future.
I'm so happy, Ichi. We're together forever.
And so I decided to go with the two of them to Italy. Once I got there, I started my training at a pretty well-known Italian restaurant, thanks to Maria's mother. It was really difficult to learn the Italian language and food, but I really felt like I was growing. Maria was also busy with her work, but we tried to make some time for each other, and we visited restaurants, thought of new menus together, and enjoyed our little time that we had. And I guess my efforts finally got recognized. The chef at my restaurant decided to use my recipe on the menu. I was super happy that day, and one day, "Maria, thank you for believing in me and sticking with me all this time. Will you stay with me by my side for the rest of our lives?"
Ichi, I'm so happy. I want to stay by your side forever.
I'm still yet to have my own restaurant, but are you fine with that?
It's fine. I'm used to waiting. Let's build our restaurant together someday.
Maria threw her hands around me and I hugged her tightly back. After a while, I finished my training and went back to Japan to open my own restaurant. Also, Maria moved to Japan to expand the wine business even further, and so we started living together. A year has passed, and when my restaurant started to get more customers, we got married. Right now, we're living a busy life with me running the restaurant and Maria working with her wine company. But I'm really worried about Maria working too hard because a new member will be introduced to our family soon.